Hi, everybody. It's day one. I'm Rachel Leonard, Editorial Director of the Bridal Council, and I'm so excited to be speaking to Phebe Wahl, Executive Vice President of Modern Luxury. How are you today, Phebe?
I'm good. How are you? It's great to see you and kick off another bridal market with you.
I know, it's very exciting. And already we have some great new collections that we saw this morning. Let's start with AMSALE. That was incredible.
Yeah, I feel like we first just need to take a pause for all of that pleated tulle. I mean, the detail work, that's the thing that initially struck me. It's just all of the beautiful pleating on that tulle and the sort of whisper weight of the capes and the trains and it had such an ethereal beauty that it was in the brief too, the creative brief, it was a very emotional collection. And I thought that was interesting, very dreamy, romantic, of course, a great mood to kick off the season.
It was a great mood. And yes, you're right. It was very emotional. And Michael CHOO is now designing the collection, and he worked with AMSALE for all those years. So I love that he really took it to his own, but it's still AMSALE. It's a new level. It was very beautiful. KAVIAR GAUCHE.
Yes.
They're from Berlin, and they're kind of new to the scene and into the States. So tell me what you thought.
Yeah, well, so I love this dynamic duo, these two fierce female designers. I'm sure you know the story that they staged their first show outside of Colette, in sort of a guerrilla first show outside of Colette in Paris. So they have such a vibrant young energy and really cool girl chicness to them that I think is so welcome in the market. You know, fans like Florence Welch of Florence and the Machine, so a really a cult following. I loved seeing, you know, they're known for their suiting, almost like references to YSL, those really chic with smoking moments. So I loved seeing some of that in the collection. I think they do it, you know, as well as anyone in bridal, and it's great to see. And then of course, lots of volume. It was called the Full Bloom collection. So really, you know, expansive, playful volume that I think once again speaks to that cool girl vibe and cool girl bride.
Very, very cool girl. And you know what's so great is that bridal has become more fashionable. I mean, fashion has infiltrated finally into the bridal space, and it's not just a traditional look anymore. And I think apparently women are accepting fashion in bridal. And then our old friend INES de SANTO, who is always so beautiful. And tell me what you thought this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's always such a romantic collection. I know it's one that we as veterans always look forward to. I know we always look forward to that final statement dress that closes the show, and it did not disappoint this time. That beautiful gown with the pinkish florals embroidered on it was so stunning. And I think, to your point, really speaks to that bride. You know, they love an individual spirit these days, as we all do. And I think all three of these collections really speak to that bride that wants to stand out as a truly unique moment and expression of their personality. And INES had, you know, old world classics and that romantic heritage, but of course that showstopper at the end too, that statement dress.
Always a great showstopper at INES de SANTO. Well, thank you so much for reviewing these collections with me, and I hope you have a really great market. See you later, everybody. morning, everyone. It's Rachel Leonard, Editorial Director of the Bridal Council. We're in day 2 of New York Luxury Bridal Fashion Week, and I'm honored to be speaking to Yvette Manners, who's a contributor to the New York Times. How are you today, Yvette?
Rachel, I'm good. How are you? So good to see you.
So great to see you too. You look fabulous as always.
Thank you. You too.
So let's review the collections from yesterday.
Yes.
Let's talk about Dana Harrell.
Yeah, and I feel like this bridal week it's like being so well received because everyone's like, bridal weddings are back in swing and all the designers and brides are excited. Dana Harrell, I'm loving, and I feel like she's really young and fresh and contemporary. There were a lot of clean, beautiful silhouettes, not like minimal, but more just like really clean, very young and fresh. I like it also. It's like traditional, but in a modern way.
I know she sort of had like a little bit of a lingerie inspiration.
Yeah.
Season. I love the little lace with the button downs on it. It was very cool. It was very sweet, and some with the the slits are so big in wedding dresses these days with full skirts and things like that. But
I love that.
it was very sexy collection.
Love you mentioned the spaghetti strap and kind of like a ballerina look. It's like lace and fitted, very flattering, very feminine.
Yeah, it was very, very, very pretty. I like it that it wasn't a huge collection and that it was just focused. That's
really
what it was.
Focused. I like that.
Yeah, and then how about Jesus PEIRO from Spain?
Oh yeah, since he's a lot of these Spanish designers, they make very big collections. What I like about that is it gives a nice range of options for brides. So it's like very traditional. You see some trends in there. I saw some like 2 pieces that I liked, kind of like overlaid, and the skirts, like full skirt with the pockets. I really like that. I took some notes because there were some looks that I really, really liked. I like the puff sleeves, the slits, and the very long dramatic skirts with the slits. Also very clean. I liked how they use so the silhouettes are clean, but they use details to like really make the dress stand out, like draping, the puff sleeves that are detachable. I feel like that's again clean, but not minimal, not
Right.
like, not simple.
There's something really to the dresses, but they don't wear you. I like it. They enhance somebody. A girl could look beautiful in them without it overwhelming her. And I love how understated everything is, but they have a fashion point of view to it. Each dress is, and they always introduce new silhouettes and things like that. So I think
what I'm noticing too this season is a lot of play on, so lots of, they're being a little more conservative with the necklines, still very alluring and sexy, but not like out there too risque. More like that it compliments you instead of like, so you are wearing a dress as opposed to the dress wearing you.
Exactly. And so Anne Barge.
Oh, yeah, Anne Barge. I love Anne Barge because she's like charming and fresh. A lot of these designers, I like it. And I'm seeing the shades. Are you noticing this? The shades are more white than before. I mean, like brides could choose any shade, hue that complements their complexion.
Right.
But I'm seeing a lot more of like a little more pure white on in these collections this season.
Interesting.
So Anne Barge.
I guess it makes it look so fresh, like for a new beginning.
A new beginning, right? And Barge, they did a lot of play on the square necklines, so on the ball gowns, nipped in waist. One of my favorite was looks like a long dress with high-low waist, and it's ruffled.
That was adorable. I love that.
It's like it's a party, and so you just put it on and like it's festive.
Yeah, she does offer so many different looks for the different parties or the phases that you go through for your wedding. It could be for, she has a little white dress collection. She has, for size inclusivity. she offers a lot, but that little ruffled dress was very special. It'd be great for a reception or just an outdoor
Yeah.
wedding, and it was sexy
Yeah.
for them, because usually you think of them as very traditional and
Yes.
proper, and all that. I'm like, oh, that's a beautiful, you know, and it was
Mhm.
beautiful. It was great.
Ball gowns also with like the peekaboo side.
Yep.
Like the
Exactly, with a
flare
little
movement.
train in the back was so cute, and yeah, it was very, very on the money, very good, very, very nice collection.
I'm also liking the, you know, the backs are low, but they're like a U shape, so it's like a deep U shape instead of like, you know, usually it's like kind of like a V or very deep plunging. It's more like to the waist, U shape. So again, it's sexy, but not like too risque. It's like you can wear it and be comfortable that you're not like
Falling out
yeah.
and shocking, you know, the great
Shocking.
grandparents and whoever. You don't have to let it all hang out for your wedding. So Yvette, thank you so much for joining me today, and have a
Thank you
wonderful
for having me.
day. And it was lovely chatting with you, and I'll see you later, everybody.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the Mystique Collection. I've designed each one of these gowns to intrigue and fascinate you while you're looking for the perfect dream dress. No two brides are the same, and as we know, no two love stories are the same. So I've added touches of mystery and fascinating details to every one of my designs. That special gown should captivate the magic of your wedding day and make you feel as if you're living the wonderful dream you've always wanted for your special day. I've been dreaming about all the beautiful silhouettes, the fabrics and laces, the intricate beading, and so many other special elements that bring these designs to life and make your dreams become a reality every time you put on that gorgeous gown you've chosen. The most beautiful thing we can experience in life is the mystery and the magic of falling in love.
Hi, everybody. Now I'm meeting with Simona Polli, editor and co-founder of White SPOSA magazine and website. She's based in Italy and a great friend of mine. How are you today, Simona?
Ciao Rachel, ciao everybody.
Ciao.
Fine. I have to say fine. It's so nice to see you. Yes, fine. At the end, we are almost like we were. Now, I'm really glad to see you again. This is the second time we see each other on web or online. And I hope the next time will be in person for sure.
I hope so. It's enough of this already, but it is fun to do this, I have to say. So looking at the collections this morning on day 2, let's start with MORILEE by Madeline Gardner.
Yeah. I saw it, and as usual, I have to say that Madeline has got this kind of view of the normal girl. So she really wants to dress all the girls, all the women, and you can see in her collections. So I saw the typical cuts she normally does, but I also on the video she on the show she presents that she wants to reach the girl that wants to be fashion but comfortable. So I think the shapes are really comfortable, really I think I have to say glamorous.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, some of the she said had some corset looks on the side of the body that was
okay. I saw a lot of transparencies, but like not in the way transparency you see everything, but just put in the right places where they just give more to the girl, give more to the woman, not not showing so much, but telling, look, I'm here and this is my body and I want to show it. Also in the wedding day.
Exactly. It's a little bit more subtle than some of the others. And the location of her video was so pretty.
It was incredible.
It was very grand location. I was very impressed with that.
Do you know where it was?
No, I have to ask her. One of them I do. Yes, it's in New York. It's in the Bronx. One of the locations.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's in France or Italy.
Just so you know, there's these old, beautiful homes on the Hudson that that are worn a little bit, and they just have great structure to them that a lot of people do photo shoots at. So one of them I definitely recognize, the other one I did not. So let's go. So talking about location, let's go to Peter Langner.
Another nice location, but completely different. Completely different. So we go from the French or Italian style to the completely industrial style. Is a location near Milano. We know it, and I think it was perfect for the collection he presented.
I love it.
It's a mixture. It was a mixture between his timeless styles. So I recognize some details we saw in the last collection, but transformed in a very modern way. I like very much all the cocktail.
Yes.
I think I think the colors were very nice, the grays and the blue. And then I found all the florals dresses very nice, very elegant, but very light. I don't know.
Very light, yes.
Yes.
Which I think is good. It's a lighter hand, definitely.
Exactly.
And go ahead. The wedding dresses were beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree, and I think in the wedding collection you can find the Peter, as I know since a lot of years, since many years. the cuts, and you can understand everything is made by hand. The techniques he has, he's got a very big techniques, and you can recognize them on the wedding collection. I think.
Yes, he definitely has a signature look, and he embraces fabric so much, and I think he lets the fabric speak to him first, and then he drapes, and then he comes up with exactly the concept of the dress from there.
I agree, and you can see fabrics like Mikado that you use quite a lot. That doesn't seem Mikado because it's got cuts and as you say, drapes that makes like lighter, and doesn't seem the normal fabrics you are used to see in other kind of collections. So I think his goal is this one, to have a very, I think one of the best techniques, and he knows how to put on the dresses. That is not, you can have the techniques, but not be able to transform these techniques to a dress that is nice and the people likes. So I think this is one of his big characteristics, and I like it for this.
Exactly, and yes, and it was beautiful, and I loved seeing the whole collection, the way it was filmed. It was you could see how everything was moved, and you really got the sense of the dresses. So let's now talk about the Atelier by Professor Jimmy Choo.
So what do we have to say about that? I think it's the
royalty. They're just
exactly the best representation of the royal and princess in all their colors, styles. And if you want to be a real princess, I think you have to see and to wear one of these dresses that are incredible. I think there is I don't know how many hours of work they have to do to make one of these dresses. I like, as last in April, I like this way of filming where it goes inside the embroidery, so you can see from very near what is the work.
Exactly. Yeah, they really went in close on the details.
Yeah, exactly. And I like it very much because in this case you can understand how much they work on each dress. It's incredible because every dress has got a huge work of embroidery, colors, crystals, and I think this makes the dress very important and very royal and very. I saw once with a big trail. Every dress was, no, this is impossible. No, this is incredible. And I think there is a kind of girl that looks after this kind of dresses and want to be a real princess.
It really, I mean, yes, it is beyond a fairy tale princess, and it really it commands like a very serious venue and to celebrate in one of his gowns.
You have to be in a very big location, very.
It's not for backyard.
No, it's not the dress for the backyard. No.
Unless you have a good backyard. I mean, unless you have unless you live at the palace, but they're definitely palace dresses.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a great market. And everybody, I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you so much.
Ciao, grazie a tutti. Ciao, Rachel.
Ciao.
me crazy cause I'm facing all my giants. They try to scare me into thinking I can fight it. They tell me I should never even think of trying. But that's just me, I'm gonna live out in defiance. Now's my time and I won't hesitate. Now's our time and we are tempting fate. Now's our time and we won't hesitate. So come on.
Good afternoon. It's Rachel Leonard, editorial director of the Bridal Council, New York Luxury Bridal Fashion Week. And I am now speaking with Shelly Brown, senior fashion and beauty editor of The Knot. How are you, Shelly?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. You're running all around, going to all your appointments face to face.
Yes.
That must be a big
Yeah.
change.
It's the first time in 2 years Yeah, that I've had face-to-face appointments. It's quite a change, but it's a very welcome change.
Good. I know. It's like a whole new muscle you have to remember how to do.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Oh my goodness. So, looking at poll quests and what, what some of the people have debuted this afternoon, let's talk about Vanderbilt.
Sure. Yeah. So
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this collection was so interesting because it really offered something for every bride, just the range of styles and silhouettes. There was just so much variety, I found.
That's so true. And they pride themselves on being size inclusive. They've always been that way since they've been in business. So that was really nice. And they always have a diverse models in their campaigns and things like that. And they had a look for everyone. It seemed, and their prices are good, and it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, talk about accessibility in every way, right? Like representation is so important. It's important for brides to see themselves in your imagery. And it's also important to cater to, a variety of body types and also personal aesthetics. And I really found there was, a really great mix of clean silhouettes, super romantic silhouettes. So for brides that were doing something, more modern or something more, whimsical, there was really just a lot to choose from.
Great, wonderful. And Sarah Nora, let's speak about her beautiful collection.
Yes, so classic and timeless. I mean, she's always so romantic and so elegant. And I really, really loved this kind of Bridgerton Regency era inspired influence that you could really see through, the square necklines and kind of the, grander silhouettes and this very like formal feel. I really loved it.
I know, it was so pretty. And I think she experimented actually with more laces she was playing with. And I love that blue bow as well. It's super special.
Yes.
And then there was another dress where it had a beautiful fishtail to it, or a beautiful, looked like a ruffly train in the back. It was subtle, elegant, but had a little special detail to it. So that was really pretty.
Yes. Yeah, I love that push and pull between, dresses that are timeless, but also have kind of unexpected details like that make them feel a little bit different, like a big blue bow, on a pretty traditional ball gown. I love that. I think it just makes them stand out in a way, but also makes sure that they're, going to survive kind of years down the road when you look back at your photos, it'll still feel timeless to you,
Right. And blue, something blue, which we all know is.
Yes. Natural bridal tie in there.
Natural bridal tie-in. And, we'll never get tired of looking at that. And, and I liked her video that was very carefree. The girl was running through and she seemed relaxed. And I think that's what brides want to be. They want to be relaxed in their dress and just more carefree and not
absolutely,
inhibited by the structure that they're wearing. And
exactly, that's what I was going to say too. I think it's really important to show, and this was so smart, that despite having like a grander silhouette or more voluminous dress, that you can still move around, that they are still they are still light and airy, and that you can kind of still do your thing, right? That you won't feel so inhibited. I thought that was really smart.
Good. Excellent. Well, thank you for your comments today. And it was so great to see you, and keep on trucking, going out there and seeing everybody.
Yes. Thank you so much. It was so lovely to catch up with you.
Great catching up with you. Thank you. Good morning. It's day 3 of New York Luxury Bridal Fashion Week. And this morning we're speaking with Samantha Netkin, Bride Senior Editor. How are you, Samantha?
Doing well. It's great to be here with you.
I'm so glad to see you. And let's talk about a few of the collections from yesterday. Let's start with CHAKRA Bridal Wear.
I am so excited about this new bridal line that's founded by the daughters of Lebanese designer George CHAKRA. And this season was their first collection. And it really speaks to this new generation of brides. So the gowns are young and they're fresh and they're really playful. I had so much fun watching the video lookbook for this collection, and themes that were recurring throughout the collection were ruffles and blazers, and there were a number of belted gowns. So it's really about taking the accessorizing part of wearing a wedding gown and bringing that to the forefront. And I love the ruffled mini gown from the collection.
I love that too. I thought it was adorable. And I wanted to wear, as an older woman, I wanted to wear that jacket with a tulle skirt. And I thought it was, the collection had a breadth and it was youthful. And like you said, very fresh. It was just very exciting. And it's a great, DNA that they're the daughters of, George CHAKRA. So it's such a sweet story. I think it's really adorable that they're started their own bridal collection.
It's really fun energy.
Yeah, a lot of, very youthful, fun energy. That's exactly it. So then let's talk about Netta Dover.
Yes, I love this Israeli designer. And what I love that she does is her gowns are really glamorous, but in an elegant way. So she really emphasizes the fit of the gown. They're very form fitting and they're form accentuating. And you'll see this in the form of corset bodices and plunging necklines. They flatter truly. They're stunning. And there's also a subtle sparkle to the gowns. And another thing that I love that she does is the subtle bows that she places throughout the gowns as well. So she has this really sleek gown with sleeves in the latest collection. And then she has a bow sort of behind the neck, which you can't really see unless, the hair is up. So it's sort of this juxtaposition of sexy and sweet, which I think is really beautiful. Frankly.
Yeah, it was very beautiful. It was beautiful. The pictures were pretty too. It looked like they were photographing it for in the evening light. And the nice textures and the fit was really good. And I thought it was really pretty. And then we have Maria Elena headpieces.
Yes, so fun. And I think what's great about headpieces, it goes to show you don't have to wear a veil. I think a lot of modern brides, they don't want to wear this long cathedral veil, and some brides don't want to wear a veil at all. So what's awesome about a headpiece, it still kind of gives you that princess moment without having, or alternatively, you can wear a headpiece with a veil as well to sort of anchor it. What she did really nicely was these combs that kind of can sit right above if you're doing an updo. So that was really nice. And then there's something about a headpiece, a headband that makes you feel like you're Kate Middleton that I think is so
Exactly. The tiaras. My God, who doesn't want to wear one? Or I thought she did a really great job. She experimented with color, and I like the 3 bands. That's kind of a period look as well. And she had very pretty jewelry, and it was a really adorable video. It was very fresh this time. She really elevated the presentation as well. I really liked it.
These are not your average headbands. They're
very interesting. It's not your average tiara, or exactly. Headbands is what she really calls most of them. But it looked great. It really did. Anything else you want to say?
It's so nice to be able to see these collections online and then also be back in person. I think we've been craving it for the past year and a half. And this is my first in-person bridal fashion week. I've been with the brand for a couple of years, but it's nice to be back in person again. So it's very exciting.
That's great. I'm so glad. And I'm so glad you were able to join me today, and have a great day. Great rest of your day.
Yeah.
Covering market, and I'll see everybody later. Thank you.
Welcome. It's so lovely to be able to be back with you again, even though it's not actually in person. I'm really sorry that I cannot be there in the United States. I absolutely love coming to New York for Bridal Fashion Week, but I'm sure everybody is aware that the British at the present time aren't allowed into America, and so it made it impossible for me to be able to come. So instead, we've put forward a fabulous presentation, video and stills, and we will be sending you a fabric book so that you can in actual fact see and feel every fabric that we have used in all of our gowns. The collection is very much about effortless glamour. That is very much the statement about Caroline Castellano. Our gowns are very structured and have beautiful architecture, so they move fabulously. This particular collection, we have quite a few lace dresses, but we also have our plains, and you'll see many dresses with our classic Castellano silk organza skirts. So we're really developing on, it's very feminine, it's very light, it's very pretty, and it has a very sensual feel to it. The collection is called In Concert. So every gown has the name of a famous concert or something very relevant to concerts, because concerts are beautiful, music is beautiful, and so I thought this was a perfect way to name the gowns. We have a number of different corsets, and our bustier corset is in actual fact based on lingerie. So it is exactly the same in the sense that the bra cups are different sizes, and it's very important when you sell to your bride that you ensure that you use the set of bust cups we will have sent you to check that you order the gown on each bust cup size. And we will be sending you a fabric book, and this shows you each of the fabrics that we have used on each individual gown. As you're looking at the fabric book, you'll notice that it runs in parallel with the stills presentation and the video presentation. The fabrics show you just how beautiful the fabrics are that we use to develop the collections. We really do look to always work with the very best. We at Caroline Castellano are here to work with you. So if you have questions and you need quick answers, we will do everything to be available to actually answer those questions for you. Our gowns are bespoke, they're handcrafted, they're made in Lincolnshire in England, and we do of course make various different changes to dresses to ensure that the gown is unique for each bride that wants something special. There are occasions you need to speak to us to make sure that you can make your sale. We're here to ensure that happens. And so until next time, when hopefully I will be with you in person, we can share a glass of champagne. Take care, keep healthy, and goodbye. Allegro. Exquisitely detailed with embroidered sequins and floral appliques, this bustier bodice gown is paired with a lustrous silk satin organza circle skirt. The stretch bustier bodice is supported by steel bones and uplifting underwired bust cups and features a soft blush base colour for extra depth and dimension. Delicate applique straps frame the décolletage, and the exquisite trailing applique onto the skirt elongates the figure and shimmers with mesmerizing effect as it catches the light. The whole look is completed by the hidden pockets in the skirt. Allegro veil. Shimmering sequined botanical embroidery has been expertly appliqued by hand onto this statement two-tier cathedral-length tulle veil. Designed to complement our Allegro gown, the lace applique trails from the fingertips around the train for a breathtaking finish.
Crescendo. Designed from lustrous silk, this exquisite floor-length gown is embellished with sculpturally layered tiers of silk satin organza that cascade down the length of the skirt and into a gently flared hem. The crescendo gown has a deceptively simple bodice framed with a delicate petal-shaped sweetheart neckline and underpinned with flattering boning and classic Castellano corsetry. The luxuriant weight of the fabrics makes it drape and gleam in the most beautiful way. Dance of the Nights. Championing the female form, Dance of the Nights features the delicate embroidered chantilly lace with 3D appliques and a lustrous silk satin organza circle skirt. Our signature camisole-shaped bodice is constructed on an ivory stretch power mesh base with delicate lace applique which trickles onto the top of the skirt. The look is completed with concealed pockets in the side seams for a contemporary twist. Fanfare. Decadent yet understated, the fanfare gown will exude confidence on your bride's big day. Expertly crafted from heavyweight Italian crepe, the deep V neckline design is boned around the midriff to immaculately fit the figure for optimum support. The exquisite fit and flare skirt drapes around the body and pulls gracefully to the floor. Marriage of Figaro. At Castellano, our mood board is always filled with photographs of the most iconic brides in history, whose dresses all feel elegant, romantic, and relevant to the modern bride. The Marriage of Figaro gown is built upon this rich legacy and features our classic Castellano corsetry, which has a figure-hugging fit, emphasized by structured boning through the bodice. Made from pretty corded lace, Marriage of Figaro features a deep sweetheart neckline bodice, which frames the décolletage and lengthens the body, drawing the eyes to the clinched waist. The gown on shrug has a contemporary open back, adorned with botanical appliques and subtle, puffed full-length sleeves for a contemporary twist. The satin sash defines the waist, while the full lace skirt gently cascades to a pooling hem which trails behind as the bride walks. Ode to Joy. Cut with couture-like precision, Ode to Joy naturally accentuates the female form. Made from our superb Italian crepe, Ode to Joy has a square neckline and shoulder straps constructed on an expertly crafted boned bodice. The luxurious circle skirt is cut from opulent silk satin organza, layered over swathes of soft tulle, which is complemented by our signature concealed pockets that give a relaxed and contemporary edge. The waist is finished with our structured leather-backed belt to accentuate the hourglass silhouette. Opera. The opera gown features an elegant boat neckline that sweeps across the décolletage, a contemporary square open back and tailored full-length sleeves with button and loop details at the wrists. Opera is expertly handcrafted from panels of Italian crepe, and the bodice skims the figure before flaring out to a rippling lustrous silk satin organza circle skirt. The structured leather-backed statement belt frames the waist, and the look is completed with our signature concealed pockets. Rebelle. The halter-neck wedding gown has made a comeback. The Rebelle's clean lines are effortlessly modern. Precisely cut from flowing Italian crepe, this halter-neck Rebelle gown has flattering panels that emphasize the slim silhouette beautifully. Detailed with arching seams to contour the figure, it has strategically placed darts to flatter the body. Rebelle has a fashionably high neck and a dramatic open back, which are offset by sweeping silk satin chiffon tails that flow exquisitely into a billowing train. Rhapsody. The Rhapsody gown is an elegant choice for the modern bride. The sweeping boat neckline bodice frames the décolletage, and with the elegantly ruffled silk organza sleeves, Rhapsody creates a strikingly statuesque silhouette. Constructed from luxurious Italian crepe, the elegant fit and flare skirt drapes over the body and pulls luxuriously to the floor. Side godes give the skirt added drama and movement and enhance the confident silhouette. Serenade. Seductive and sensuous, the Serenade wedding gown features a structured bustier bodice and a figure-skimming fit and flare skirt. Featuring soft layers of Chantilly lace all over, Serenade is an elegant choice for the modern bride. 2 layers of fine Chantilly lace are layered over a heavyweight crepe satin lining that drapes over the hips before flaring into a dramatic train. This gives a subtle, multi-dimensional appearance and flows sensuously as the bride walks. The 3/4 sleeve shrug is cut away at the front, framing the bustline and décolletage with delicate lace scallops. The stretch bustier bodice is supported by steel bones and uplifting underwired bust cups, giving the bride confidence and poise for her big day. Sonata. Seductive and sensuous, the Sonata wedding gown features a structured bustier bodice and figure-skimming Italian crepe fit and flare skirt. The bodice has a blush-coloured stretch power mesh base, which is embellished with intricately cut floral embroidery appliques which flow over the waist onto the hips of the skirt in an organic botanical design. For a sensuous finish, delicate lace shoulder straps frame the neckline. The Sonata gown is cut from soft yet substantial kadi. The lines are clean and modern, but highlight the body's curves in a classical way. Boning provides a svelte fit beneath the lace overlay. The stretch bustier bodice is supported by steel bones and uplifting underwired bust cups, and features a soft blush base colour for extra depth and dimension. Sonata veil. Beautiful floral embroidery has been hand appliqued onto this single tier tulle veil. Designed to complement our Sonata gown, the lace applique adorns the train for an eye-catching romantic finish. Air. Championing the female form, Air is made from exquisite Italian crepe and silk organza. air is intricately cut from exquisite Italian crepe and printed silk organza, and features a plunging V-neckline bodice with full-length sleeves and a light as feather layered organza A-line skirt. The silk organza trompe-l'oeil print elevates this gown from striking to stunning. The deep V neckline draws attention to the most flattering point and draws the eye into the waist, which is further accentuated by a structured leather-backed belt. Ave Maria. There is a lot to consider when choosing the perfect wedding dress, from the fit and feel to how it will look photographed, and the Ave Maria gown has your bride perfectly covered on all fronts. Ave Maria is exquisitely crafted from delicately embroidered Chantilly lace that is covered with iridescent shimmering sequins that catch the light as the bride moves. The embroidered lace is molded over the contours of the bodice and flows over the waistline where it continues to cover the skirt. The gown features an embroidered lace stretch bodice with an ivory-colored base and a fully embroidered laced soft fishtail skirt. The heavyweight power net base sculpts and lifts the body, nipping into the waist and enhancing the bust. The skirt is cut so that it fits sensuously over the hips, with the exquisite embroidered lace layered over another layer of fine Chantilly lace and soft tulle for sensuous and playful movement. Bolero. Castigliano is associated with a legacy of feminine, classic yet contemporary pieces, and the Bolero gown is one such design. Alluring floral embroidery combines with a plunging V neckline and romantic full circle skirt. The heavyweight power net base sculpts and lifts the body, nipping into the waist and enhancing the bust. The skirt is cut as a full circle skirt, layered over soft tulle and organza for a delicate and airy effect. It is given a contemporary twist, with pockets that are concealed in the side seams. Carmen. Crafted from exquisite Italian couture lace and silk mikado, the Carmen gown has a boned illusion tulle bodice framed with a sweetheart neckline and underpinned with flattering boning. The Carmen skirt is softly pleated along the waistline. The luxuriant weight of the fabric makes it fold and gleam in the most beautiful way. Flower Duet. Flower Duet is the perfect gown for the bride who gravitates towards romantic styles, but still wants something that feels fresh and contemporary to wear on her wedding day. Embellished all over with 3D appliqué georgette flowers and glimmering beads, the body-skimming cap sleeve shrug falls into a full skirt. The soft silhouette features a classic Castigliano boned, low-backed corset, which is cut with a sensuous sweetheart neckline to frame the bust line and accentuate the feminine form. Melody. Constructed from exquisite heavyweight Italian crepe, the Melody gown features an elegant square neckline framed by a wide strap and boned bodice, which supports and elongates the body, drawing the eye from the décolletage to the waist. The clinched waist is highlighted by the structured leather-backed belt. The luxurious Italian Cadiz skirt is layered over a delicate organza and soft net to hold the full silhouette, whilst keeping the design soft and sumptuous. The frilled net petticoats maintain the drama of the full flare in the hem. Covered buttons and rouleau loops run the full length of the central back bodice. The design is complemented by pockets concealed in the side seams that give the look a contemporary edge.
Okay, great. Let's do it again.
Soprano. At Castigliano, we have a 30-year legacy of feminine, handcrafted designs, luxurious fabrics, and exquisite corsetry, and the soprano gown is a celebration of all these specialities. Cut with couture-like precision, soprano accentuates the female form. Constructed from smooth and sculpting heavyweight Italian crepe, soprano features a fully boned off-shoulder bodice and voluminous A-line skirt, finished with a buckled leather-backed belt which draws the eye into the center of the clinched waist. The shoulder straps sit elegantly off the shoulder and the skirt flows into a dramatic sweeping train, perfect for photos from all angles. Symphony. The symphony gown is a couture creation brimming with fanciful femininity. Symphony channels the transcendent power of its storybook romance with a stunning botanical trailing embroidery design that dissipates to delicate leaves scattered around the hemline. The stretch bustier bodice is supported by steel bones and uplifting underwired bust cups, which makes the bride feel supported and svelte. The bustier bodice is offset by soft layered full circle skirt for a romantic and beguiling bridal silhouette. Delicate trailing applique straps frame the neckline, and the whole look is completed with concealed pockets for a fun twist. The Four Seasons. Decadent yet understated, the Four Seasons gown will exude confidence on your bride's big day. Constructed from heavyweight Italian crepe and luxurious silk satin organza, the high-neck design is precision tailored to immaculately fit the figure and elongate the silhouette. Best of all, the Four Seasons is adorned with exaggerated, floor-skimming tails that billow behind the bride as she walks. The waist is highlighted with a structured belt, and the whole look is completed with our signature concealed pockets. Waltz. Made from swathes of gossamer-light layers of tulle and an elegant strapless silhouette, waltz is a romantic vision for any wedding day. The stretch bustier bodice is supported by steel bones and uplifting underwired bust cups, which makes the bride feel simply incredible. Delicate embroidered chantilly lace and 3D floral appliques are layered over a soft blush-based fabric for a multi-dimensional effect. The bustier bodice is offset by a soft layered tulle skirt for a romantic and beguiling bridal silhouette. The skirt is fitted over the hips and flares away into a dramatic and bold full A-line with a sweeping train.
Hi, everybody. I'm now speaking with Rachel Silver, founder and CEO of Love Stories TV. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. So
That's
nice.
so funny. We're both
I
Rachel.
know.
So
I love it.
I know. I love it too. You have such a clever website, but let's talk about a couple of the shows. Caroline Castigliano, she actually resides in London. So tell me what your thoughts are.
You know, I think that what I'm feeling, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and this collection really exemplifies that, is that everyone's ready to like get out and celebrate and have some luxury and some glamour, but they still want to be comfortable. Like nobody wants to go back to this world of like uncomfortable things. And this collection to me feels glamorous and beautiful and ready to celebrate, but there's like a lightness, like you don't feel that it's like weighed down by maybe some of the wedding dresses of the past. And that's what I love about it. You know, it's everyone wants to get out of their sweatpants and get out there, but now we've all experienced this like time of comfort and
right.
And there.
Yeah, and she seems to build a beautiful corset. It looks like the fit is so good. And I think the corset is a very big trend right now because it holds you in after being sedentary. But yes, I thought the skirts were very effortless and lightweight, and they did look really easy and very simple and elegant, I have to say, and doesn't overwhelm the bride at all.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the overlays that we're seeing, and sometimes it's called a shrug and sometimes it's like removable sleeve. And she has a couple that are really beautiful. And I think that I'm looking at this one with like leaves on the sleeves. It's called Symphony. And that's another thing that I love that she's doing, is allowing people to have two dresses, two styles, two feels at the same wedding. And I think that's really in concert with the feeling right now, is like no one's put on anything beautiful and celebratory in so long. You want like two, you want to do it twice. And I just love that.
She had, yes, you could choose between an off the shoulder or a long sleeve or make it strapless, so it's all adaptable. So yeah, that's
and remove it. You could do a sleeve at your ceremony and take it off for the reception. I love that. It's like two dresses in one.
Exactly. So let's talk about Eisenstein from Tel Aviv.
Yeah,
beautiful collection.
It's so beautiful. I loved the video. It was really just so romantic. And to me, there's a particular dress in here that stands out. The Magnolia cover, it's this turtleneck long sleeved lace. And again, like I think I heard you say this in an interview with one of the other editors about how fashion is like really and finally like infiltrating bridal. And when I see something like that, it's like, this is what you're seeing in ready to wear, the sleeves and the high necks. And it's so fashion forward, but it still feels very bridal. And you could remove it also for your ceremony or reception. And that I love. It like allows these girls to be fashiony, but also wear these really beautiful traditional wedding dresses. And I think that's what people struggle with. It's like, do I wear something that feels weddingy or something that I like and I'm excited about? And I feel like this Eisenstein collection lets you do both. And I think that's what people want.
I think that's a great point. And the laces she had these big floral laces. They were so beautiful. And the veils that were in her video looked incredible. That was like an accessory in itself. That was a big statement.
The veil is incredible. And I love that they have the veil too in the video. I think that sometimes when the designers, in order to show off the dress, you don't always see the veils, right? When you go to presentations and shows, and it's like, if you're actually a bride, the veil is like such a big part of it. So I love when they're able to integrate into photos and videos, the veil, because I think when brides do see that video, it really like brings it all together for them. Like we in the industry want to see the shoulders and the neckline, but these girls at home are like, but I'm going to wear a veil, you know, so they want to see the whole thing. So I thought this video was great.
I know, because it does define who you are. I mean, it does define one of those elements of being a bride that day. You're never going to wear a veil or, you know,
Totally.
or any other occasion. So, and you know who the bride is. But I loved it, that the veil had such a thick border to it. It was
incredible.
It was like it was a mantilla. Mantilla is when it's all lace usually, but this was just like very thick of lace. It was very pretty, and they also do a beautiful corset. It just seems like that and almost lingerie like. Some of them are sheer, and I love the little accent of the straps that were just off the shoulder. They were sensual dresses, but still appropriate. They're very, very pretty.
Absolutely. I think that, I think those added little sleeves, again, it really like modernizes and takes that mermaid or trumpet wedding dress that for so long was the standard and just like makes it feel modern and makes it feel, I think women feel more like themselves when they're wearing something that feels like adjacent, related, like a cousin of something they might wear anyway. You know, it's like that difference, like less stark. And yeah, the corset, it's a corset for sure, but again, there's like a lightness to it. It just doesn't feel like heavy. And I think that's it just feels of the time, you know, it feels really, really relevant and thoughtful. And I think this is beautiful.
Really beautiful. And also with corsets or strapless, you do have to worry about it keeping it up. A well-made dress should sit properly on your hips, but a little strap is always makes you feel a little bit more confident about that. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just that, like, I just want to say congratulations to both of these designers and to everyone. You know, our team has been running around, which is such a wonderful thing to say. You know, Katie's out in the city going everywhere. I've gone to a couple of things, and it's just so nice to see everyone in person, and everyone, you know, seems to be doing well. And like, I'm just proud of all the collections in the industry, and I'm excited to outfit these couples who, some of whom have still been waiting and some waited to plan. And it's just, it feels like a really fun time for the industry, and that everyone's really like starting to emerge. And so just congratulations. And both of these collections are gorgeous.
They were really great. I do hear that 2022 is going to be a super year for weddings.
Yeah. I mean, I was recently speaking to the team from the Wedding Report, and yeah, it's going to be the most weddings, you know, over 2.5 million in the United States, more than we've seen in decades. And some of that is just catching up. But I think that it's like, there are people whose weddings, you know, were canceled once or twice, and then people who just stayed engaged much longer, right? Because of the uncertainty. So there is like this explosion happening. And I think it's wonderful for the couples and for the industry and for guests. Everybody wants to like celebrate and talk about happy, beautiful things and wear these gorgeous dresses. And I think everyone's really ready for it. And I think it's going to be a really, really great 2022.
Really yep, exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and have a great rest of your market. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. Sarah Schreiber, digital editor from Martha Stewart Weddings, and she's going to help me wrap up the end of the 3 days. But first, we're going to discuss the last 3 collections. How are you today, Sarah?
I'm doing well. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy to kind of be wrapping this up with you. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. And this is really, yeah, it's been quite a few great 3 days. So Sarah, let's talk about Leanne Belter's collection.
For sure. So what I love about this collection, I mean, I think there are 2 lines that we can kind of talk through. And the first, which is Leanne Belter Bridal, it feels more couture to me. It feels a little bit more romantic. I'm loving the necklines. The necklines are so pretty. You have some of those like sexy V's complemented by the high slits. I really like that pairing. I think that's really nice and really balanced. So in addition to the necklines, then you have all of these beautiful garden inspired appliques, whether it's the physical 3D appliques or the beautiful, there's a number I think where the skirt is very florally printed. It's just so lovely. I'm a garden enthusiast. I love a garden bride. So I think if you're into florals, you know, what a fun collection. And just, it really kind of has that couture edge.
I do.
Flouncy fabrics.
Yeah, the fabrics are, you know, I was just going to say, I do feel like we're seeing a lot more florals in the last few seasons.
Yeah.
I think most people are probably getting married outside in a garden.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know at Martha, that's what we've seen a lot of that. And I think we're going to kind of continue to see a lot of that. And I mean, who doesn't love pretty flowers? Can't deny that.
Can't deny beautiful flowers. Let's talk about Ravini by Rita Veneris.
Sure. So much fun. I feel like whenever I see like the Ravini collections, it's just like the appliques are just so big and so bold. And so it's like, it's that, right? You have these details and all of these really cool, like out there motifs. But then I think what's also really fun about this collection is like the volume of it. I mean, the sleeves are just, they're detachable, sure. So I think there's that kind of like, you can put that on and have that like moment. But yeah, like
fabulous.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm like, they're almost gloves. Like they were almost
gloves. They look exactly, and they were like big statements to make, and then you just took them off.
There was a cape, there was a 2-piece. The 2-piece I think is so fun for rehearsal dinner, for welcome party. You know, we're seeing like events at Martha, you know, it can be a 3-day event. So you need multiple looks. And I think, wow, what a great collection for that. You kind of have a little piece of everything for every element of your event. So a really fun one for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, she had a great range. And that first piece was really fun to watch. It looked so dramatic with a big cape later on. It was
yeah,
cool. And
so cool.
It was cute. It was really adorable. And then SPOSA Couture is new, fairly new to the United States, and they're from Beirut, Lebanon. And what did you think?
I loved it. This was, as you said, this is the first time I've ever gotten my eyes on this fashion house. And I think, you know, their theme of their 2022 collections have been Hollywood. You have this like old glam, but I also think there's this fresh, modern twist going on too. Yes, it's old glam, but there's like this, there are these fun striped skirts. I think the skirts are really pronounced. And I would say like, we're looking at mostly ball gowns in this collection. So I think like that drama, old Hollywood, slightly royal. There are some sashes going on, some bows. Some of the fabrics feel really, really rich to me. So I kind of think like, yes, Hollywood, but also like a little like old world royal, which is kind of fun. But yeah, I think it's a really exciting collection. I'm glad that it's on our radar, and yeah, really a really strong first impression.
Good. I'm so glad. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to hear that. And I thank you for joining me. And I just wanted to thank on behalf of the Bridal Council and PullQuest and all the designers who were on this platform. We all with a heartfelt thank you for joining us and making this a wonderful season for 2022. And we hear it's just going to be an amazing year for weddings. So thank you, Sarah, and thank you everybody for joining us, and have a great season. Bye-bye.